I want to talk about the myth of productivity. 2 days ago, I was talking to a colleague and she was telling me how she's been watching everybody pump out all of this online content and she's been feeling non-productive. She didn't use the term lazy, but I have a feeling that's what she was hinting at. And I've seen it too. I mean, I've seen a lot of my colleagues pump out a bunch of stuff and really cool stuff. Jamie Benizri has this cool thing he's doing online, the quarantine entrepreneur, and Svetlana Chernyenko is doing some online interviews, really deep conversations with people about how they're handling COVID-19. And Samantha Chris put up the virtual Bossing Up Awards, and it's super cool that people are pumping out content, and that's their definition of productivity, and that's great. But productivity doesn't necessarily mean, hello Jagger, that there has to be a product at the end of it. We don't have to have something to show. It doesn't mean cleaning out a closet, organizing a drawer, pumping out content. Productivity can also be internal productivity, the work we're doing on ourselves. And for me during this time, that's what I'm concentrating on. This is the first time in 3 weeks that I've put together anything original, pulled out my camera even. I just haven't had the mental space to do so. I haven't had the creativity flowing through me, and I don't want to force anything when it's not there. And that's okay. What I've needed to do is go a bit more internal. You know, I have anxiety, as everybody knows, and one of my fears has always been germs and illness. So of course, like everything's, amplified times a million right now for me. All my fears and worries are actually happening. And in some ways it's been good because I actually already had a bunch of masks and Lysol wipes stowed away for years actually, preparing for just this. But you can imagine, what this is doing to my mind. And so there are days when, it's enough for me to just try and find energy to walk Jagger for 30 minutes. And to me, that's fine. Other days like today, I've already worked out an hour and I have a bunch of energy and I'm putting this together. That's fine too. A couple days ago, after, watching some updates on what's happening in Montreal with the numbers, it put me in a tailspin. I climbed into bed at 3 p.m. and watched a couple episodes of Friends. It doesn't matter. Be gentle on yourself. Be forgiving. The world will come back to normal. And whatever business that you think you should be doing right now will be there for you when this is all done. Slowly things will pick back up. None of us are going to fall behind. Our careers will come back. It's all going to be fine. And if your productivity time is internal right now, processing how you're feeling, and just being present for your family like I'm doing, keeping my mental health stable, so that I can be present for my kids and for my husband and for Jagger, although he's probably the one giving me more support. But that's my focus right now, and that's okay. And I'm proud and impressed with what my colleagues are doing. I'm also proud and impressed with what I'm doing, which is a lot of internal work to manage the stress that I'm having. So don't fall into that productivity trap that you're supposed to be doing stuff. Yes, routines are great. If you can have a routine, that's going to help your mental health. If you can exercise every day, that's going to help your mental health. If you can eat regularly, or not regularly, well, yes, that too, but eat well, that will help your mental health. Sure, all those things will help. But if you can't get it done that day, it's not a big deal. If you were productive by sitting still and breathing, if you were productive by just working on your feelings and emotions and letting them emote, great. Please don't fall into the trap. Be forgiving of yourself, be kind, love yourself, respect yourself for who you are and your own process. And if you can foster a dog, you should. Well, I'm not fostering, but dogs are the best. So if you can get yourself an animal, that's helpful too.